To begin, start with a slip knot. Over here I have already made my slip knot. Place it on the 12th stitch. Take the working yarn towards the outside of the loom. Insert the crochet hook through the slip knot. Grab the working yarn, pass it through, and this is a chain cast on. Continue like this until you have casted on the 12 stitches. So here we have casted on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the last one, we just put that chain that we have on our hook on the last peg. And our working yarn is between peg 1 and peg 2. Now we're going to start knitting. In our first row for the garter stitch edge is the knit stitch. In my panel I am going to be slipping the first stitch, so I simply do not knit it. I'm going to skip it. That first stitch is going to be skipped, and then I knit the second one, the third one, and I continue down the row knitting all the stitches. Knit the last two. 1, 2. This is our yarn telling. Now we take the working yarn towards the back, towards the center of the loom. Bring it to the front, and you're ready to do your purl row for the garter stitch. Continue purling down the row in this manner. And you purl the last one. Now, instead of bringing the yarn towards the back, just simply take the stitch off and bring the yarn between the first peg and the second peg. And that, right there, you're ready to start your knit row. The next row calls for purling the first 3, but since we're slipping the first one, we are only going to purl the next 2. There's 1, 2. Then we are going to knit the in-between stitches. By maintaining that garter stitch edging, we will be preventing the curling of the item. In this example, I have decided to do the first and last 3 stitches. However, you can do as little as 2 or as many as you would like. It's just a matter of preference. Just remember to prevent the item from curling. Do a garter stitch edging and your item won't curl. Over here we're back to the last 3 stitches and we're gonna purl them. 1, 2, 3. Just take it off and bring the yarn between the first and second peg, ready to begin our knit row. And the next row you just knit it, and you repeat these 2 rows for the rest of your item. And at the end, repeat the first 5 rows of the garter stitch, so your item doesn't curl at the beginning and cast and bind off edge. getting ready to bind off. Since we're slipping the first stitch, we're gonna skip it. Then we knit the second one. Knit it. But instead of putting the stitch on that second peg, put it on the first peg. Now you have 2 stitches on the first peg. Knit 1 over 1, thus binding off the first stitch. Move that loop over to the empty peg. Knit the next peg. Put it on the first one. Knit over, binding off that second stitch. Move it over. Knit 1. Knit the last one. Move it over. Knit over. Cut the working yarn. E-wrap the peg. Lift the loop off the peg. Grab the working yarn, the loop, and pull it through. There you have it. Little flat panel with garter stitch edging. You see the bind off is right there. It resembles a crochet chain, and the cast on too. So if you're making a long scarf, all you need to remember is make a garter stitch edging at the beginning and at the end, and also keep a garter stitch edge on both sides to prevent it from curling in. And that is creating a flat panel.